So it has been a great week, and we thank God for today. And as usual, gradually the date or the time is going and going and going, and August is almost at the end. Today is 28th of August 2025. We thank God for His grace and His mercy. There are lots that we started with, but they are nowhere to be found. If me and you are alive, just take a minute of your time to say thank you to the God that you believe in. My name is Ohima Trudy, and this is the Fast Lane Show on ACF Radio and TV. Here we talk about trending stories. Anything that you need to know, I go search and I clean, I wipe, I make it so smooth, so soothing that when you hear, you also know what is going on, because you have to know what is going on. There are some people that will say that, I mean, I don't care. I don't care. You have to care. You have to know what is going on. You see, sometimes you have to know. You have to know what is going on before someone will come and fabricate something that on. Sometimes your instincts will tell you that, and you're not clear. But since you have no idea, you have to believe it. So thank you all so much for, as usual, sharing and also liking. And please don't forget that when you watch, you also share for someone to also know what is going on. And this is ACF Radio and TV. Once again, irrespective of wherever you are, Yadin Chiaki see more greetings from Accra, Ghana to you wherever you are. So please, if you want a travel and tour, where I NCC, a peace of mind where that job is being delivered at once and neat, then you have to consult ACF Travel and Tour. We are here that are going, we will make everything to be so smooth for you. If it's about your ticketing, if it's about like anything about traveling that you've thought of, go there and they will sort you out. So today we are here again. The NPP lost to the National Democratic Congress (NDC), which has secured a majority in Parliament. Despite the defeat, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has hated the plans to contest again on the NPP ticket, and Napo has openly declared his support for him. So, as you know, in a midst, not just say, they've set 2026 January 2026 for so ankasa beko na omo flag bearer or be lead you 2028 January election into according to say we are all at the same place, right? This is for this for this. It will be a choosing so this is what Napo has to say about his take on Dr. Bawumia. So when he wana so Kennedy also obi anim say me Kennedy fine pa, but we here you kwama Dr. Bawumia because Abra no obey in running mate a whole lot of big weights went to him that they wanted to pollute his mind or tell him not to choose him by the end of the day, or advised not to choose him by the end of the day he was chose. And see such thing that he did for him, he's been so grateful that saying no, so on was second timer, there's no way he wouldn't support him. And for him, Napo on a supporting Emma Dr. Bawumia. All right, so moving on, I see Edwin Ketia breaks silent on President Mohammed's third term agenda. So the National Democratic Congress National Chairman, na see Edwin Ketia, and Yebisani say now Penny Ebani say Mahama Nisua or Wabemo, he's the president, and he's the president as we know. And he said, "Ebase obeko the third time be mana." Then this one that he says, there be no the onishia obeka afaho, because there are rules and there are constitution has something to say. So when you go to Rome, you do what Romans do. So if your constitution is saying that no one should appear the third time, who are you to go? If since I me and our constitution no more dear. There's no way I'll bet me Abejina Hanka said, I said Debbie, because he doesn't know. So this is what he said. I see, we have never run our party in ways that conflict with the national constitution, and also we don't intend to do that. We will stick to the tenets of the constitution, he stated. So his clarification comes amid growing debate over who will lead the NDC after Mohammed's current mandate ends in 2029. So it may also be recalled that the former Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Obri Boahen, criticized former chairman of the party, Freddie Blay, over his stance of having no objection if the Supreme Court interprets the constitution to allow President Mahama to run for a third time. So, as Esiedun Ketia said, or say the party, omunya die bia ebekwa akofa oyeni anase bibiaba se say enam ranesia they will act accordingly. Not to say bibia ebebia no, they will act on it, not omunkobu emra. So I said the law is in the bosom of the judges. If it goes to the Supreme Court, which has exclusive judicial right to interpret the constitution, and the body decides that what it means by 2 terms is conservatively this or that, then I don't have a problem with it, he said in an interview. So he says that say a court not just a Supreme Court for now say okay so say any assistant bibi there also no any problem, but however no the one year intent say omo beba be assistant bibi and so maybe bia ebema edo how ebaba ntimi gina ne wa no say me gina me da so wa see edu nketia ho. Then he says that there's no plot to sack suspended Chief Justice Esiedu Nketia. So the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, once again, Esiedu Nketia has firmly dismissed claims suggesting that the administration led by John Dramani Mahama is seeking to remove the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo from office in team. This is what he says. He says that he hasn't seen omu who be wrong ewo office wo ehia say ye besesa obi anase bibi entochema esesa omo mfa gidigidi bi ensesa enti sesi ane de hwini ho ewo ho ekire say they need to change anase ye be yin free office any ade. So he says that the executive has done nothing about the removal of Chief Justice. If anything at all, the executive is undertaking their responsibilities as far as upholding the constitution is concerned. So the executive, to my mind, has done nothing, has done anything by itself to try and remove the Chief Justice. So this comments follow an intensifying public debate at social media ni baby can say say. So he stated the judiciary is not under attack and there is a reform of state institutions. So if there is a problem with the judiciary has to re-inform. So he says that judiciary is not under attack. There is a reform of state institutions. If there is a problem with the judiciary has to reform to undertake its constitutional duties. And quantity one from Ambia and Tissa said Nabibi and what I see our yes, son and ask Eddie Free ho. This is what Chairman Aircam na or say na mot to one from a more and a be any say or see be anywhere and run it say Bibia was so high say yes son na say say yes son puna and no ebeba any adom bet nasty no almost Z9 helicopter crash claims won't to me presenter granted bail. It's been 2 weeks near and a police for Ecofa brand out so ye do my won't to me radio woke my sena so me fano and then point same be okay can far a bra helicopter military helicopter no question. There are some in Sambia or Kikaya, a cause fear and panic into a Mayaba Swan or Edecoy. It's a present announced on the 12th of August, and I just say, Omo Ebefan, Omo arresting. Until Omo Amani Bill, until this is what a presenter of Kumasi Base want to me FM. Nana Kofi Asare, and also has granted bail for spending 2 weeks in the police custody. So according to the presenter was arrested on August 12, 2025 and charged with 1 court of offensive conduct related to publication of alleged false news with intent to cause fear and panic. So the charge follows comments he made on his radio program linking President John Dramani Mahama in the tragic helicopter crash that claimed 8 lives on August 6, 2025. Although the prosecution opposed bail, citing ongoing investigations, the presiding judge ruled that there was no basis to deny. So he noted that his decision was guided by and also recalling a similar case in which a young man was remanded for insulting the former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So his legal team is currently working to finalize the bail process. The report read into for now, dear. Na ne say no na no 100,000 Ghana cedi bill 18. It asem no nim wa susukokebi. You know, sometimes some dey back. Nya wobitimi kire wa adwen fa ho won to me you can we are in a democratic country, so you can speak about something whilst it will not put someone at a tight corner, and I say it will not land you in where you don't wish to be. You have to your tongue needs to be guarded. So say asembana wo kebi and you don't really know the story, I prefer you ask questions than you react. Sometimes when you ask questions, even though you try on Trump, say, and at least they've said it. And that what they told you is what you've believed. So if you act upon and maybe there are consequences, you can pinpoint. But whereas you don't know, you don't ask, you are not even there, then you jump into conclusion because you think, say, no, you're fine, sir. Into say, idea. Yeah, my brand here no bill na che say share any cost so enti asemba na wonni mu a na wasusu akebi Galamsey fight Esiedu in Ketia shoots down calls for declaration of state of emergency. Nti abra na chese military helicopter ekohwe asie ya na chese ye nsem bebre e wo Ghana ha e di areho adwajo na chese obiara ho eni ade a na chese president kwa every 3 days edisi ho say yemfa ye state mourning emfa mo osanso eye state burial enso edema omo a na say edo kra omo chi kra ansana o to kwan akọ Tokyo akodi juma bi ewo ho enti wey ena e ban san nkrofo private practitioners for ni bi ba na omo ka say bibi say yesi die enki yen fa injunction yen fa o shebi ntu o yen yere niema so illegal mining ye twa Galamsey mo. Everybody was suggesting something that can be in the honor of Omwa, the departed souls, because the illegal mining going to ana no mutua or way equal to Omo. It's the way NRC doing Ketia HRSM. Not to say sometimes so according to the national chairman, also while the menace has escalated into national crisis, also suspending constitutional governance to fight it will not prove detrimental to Ghana's democracy by plugging the nation into chaos. That is what he's saying, that he said work is being done on the Galamsey fight and we hope to be able to find solutions to it. I said, but I don't subscribe to the declaration of the state of emergency as other people are suggesting. I see in your frustration, you can call for certain measures that when we begin implementing, you may live to regret. He cautioned during an interview. Say, BBSC into Ujinan cranium to crania, Sebi, just a unyeshe, asema AC, CSC, Bejuna, no so. Near the aquashare and rambling 10 na later ye won so asamba be chire yen be hard dwen into my examples we say even crap because omo ko protect you don't even know put they are the people crown omo ye illegal no you wouldn't know. So he says that if you intend to deal with Galamsey and you declare a state of emergency, it means you have suspended the constitution, and also people can shoot and kill at will. And also, how will you be sure that those who are shooting and killing are the ones fighting Galamsey? That is another matter. I see you doing ketia and let's see. And so I say, yeah, Becca say, young farmer, fin, near chase a young castle, more beyond you say, more beyond you say, later on, you better know your home because a be not yen trance, any year near my being few more. So, under the 1992 Constitution, a state of emergency can be declared by the President under Article 31 when there is a situation that threatens public safety, national defense, or essential service, such as actions likely to deprive communities of lives essential. So the declaration requires consultation with the Council of State and also publication in the Gazette, and also with Parliament approving and reviewing the measure within specified periods. 18 and one of what can 18, you know, say even time assembly see you call Bibeka say yeah fire emergency a year and to so no not just say hey obi crab a kind say or my boss a small scale mine of boss crab a kind say na yeah in a plane or nye mine na been a shooty and I say galam say a been a shoot to plane in a vessel or and see why is it that as I said they should suffer for something that they didn't know. I was even some of them even didn't even know that there was a program because so I didn't think that I'm best suffer for that. So that is what is here doing Ketia to have said. Since your baby bisa, I say nya botre na ya shisha ya niema ye na ye hu na ye ko prayer ho e de bibi e ko to so sesi a na akoye o how kese e de aba. All right, this is ACF Radio and TV, and this is the Fast Lane Show. And na me de some more trending stories in niema ni bia e ko so e wo Ghana ha na me so mabobo so e de amam. I say that so me wa the papa the ma and one ACF travel and tour, so up a travel and tour papa pa dia na me kan for ACF travel and tour e de amount ye mbu ye ndu sika ye nya okona bra nia wo be kan e de ne de be your birth certificate adie bia wo bia about traveling, all you need to get bra na ye mbu afa ye number no na oni ye ndi insa so e wo ho. Mineral Commission boss reassigned to Lands Ministry. That reporter Ebani said the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission, Martin Kweku AEC, has reportedly been reassigned to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, according to news known as in sama ebano enono enti na chese yare assign no na se ye no e de free Minerals Commission the Naba Ministry of Lands and Resources. Not as omo honey say, omu who may be I ora Martin Kweku AEC a year or Intinata says it's all Monsisano. Intina Okan Yetientino or my yes, that's what I was saying. Say now the Ghana we are, if you're a politician or anybody, if you are being assigned to anything, then you think say when yet during the time I so you before, then you try to put in more energy. Hey, and you see, during last election, a whole lot of incidents like that happened. But they in their heart and in their mind, they know whom they are going for. Now we are Ghanaians, our eyes are beginning like clearly. So if you are given, if you are assigned to something and you think you wouldn't do, now even sometimes boss juma. Now when who loses? Maybe you may think say, oh boss now will lose because necessary when you're on here, but at the same time also baby. What you say? Yeah, because the progress of the thing will also progress you too. So this is what. In April 2025, the National Concerned Small Scale Miners Association, Ghana, criticized the Commission's leadership under Martin AEC, accusing him of failing to provide effective solution to combat illegal mining known as galamsey. So the association president, Michael Kwejo-Pepra, stated that the commission's actions and inaction had contributed to the land and water degradation, urging reforms and also the boasters that the government's anti-galamsey campaign. Meanwhile, it is unclear the specific role Martin AEC will assume at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources following his reassignment. And so Mr. Martin Kweku is a Ghanaian lawyer with over 20 years of experience specializing in international environmental law, mining and also energy, oil and gas laws and policies. So he holds multiple advanced degrees, including a Master of Public Administration from the University of Ghana and also an LLM in Mineral and also Policy from the University of Dundee and also an LLM in Energy, Natural Resources and also Environmental Law from University of Calgary. So not just a doctor, now so when you my dear wako school papa and say not just any debra ya the man no sesiano ya je ede free same say on fan no to na onko lands and resources. So Martin AC is said to have been with the Minerals Commission of Ghana for legal officer. He returned to the commission in 2017 as Deputy Chief Executive Officer for Promotion and Development, appointed by then Minister of Lands and Natural Resources John Peter Amewu and also under President Nana Addo Dankwa's administration. So on March 2021, he appointed acting CEO as the Mineral Commission, succeeding Adey Entubusiako, who preceded on leave in Tinum. For now, Nedia Yasisa near so onko lands and natural resources. That is the news, sir. If you are ever. Ghanaians are beginning to forget about merit as Siedu in Ketia. So the National Democratic Congress or national chairman of the opposition na Siedu Ketia has expressed concern over what is described as growing a normalization and nepotism in public management. Also on TS maybe a hand in his say see how compared you to whom you know politics crowds on year on kamikasamento or say yes oh yes way or you good way in some go or Mexica pine 10 year bet woman or say ye and shiny panel now sanya money na ateko because see to whom you know pet and na ababe take you over. So this is what he said. He said recruitment has now turned into something they call protocol. So whether into the security services, public services, or anywhere, Ghanaians are beginning to forget about merit. It is about who you know, and at times it even starts with the national service level. Whose brother will be placed where, whose party member will be placed where, he said. So he said that is the characteristics of the country you are going to try change. Or see, even when it comes to leadership selection, it becomes very voting for my tribesman or voting someone perceived as generous in team. I say, oh man, yeah, woman, yeah. Obia dream, in a way, good. Oh, in a way, in some go. Oh, in a way, say any idea, DJ, protocols, any idea. Or say, oh, mine be says, all kinds of words, so my dream, bro. Hey. Now, to whom you know it, they say you better told that. It is something that has been there for a long time. And now, I know, now everything that we used to do in chambers or in moderation is being escalated, especially telling an African man this is good. Or in your shade, no, the bayani so himself. Oh, wow, be a diamond in Tino. That is where they will stand. So he says that merit and nepotism, that's a bibia uncle straw, uncle swear dear, no on farm pastor crown himself. You bet my bibi dear farm one man. And to say, do national service as an or can ya. Near the Obiako 20 now Obi Crow bank chromo honum. Yeah, oh, now one pool. Near the Obia, so uncle struggle will be before all these things and now all can one same. A banny sana. A master who wants to son a yaya pan. It says that widely deemed as a case of corruption, nepotism, and also abuse of office. Protocol recruitment continues to raise concern about the declining quality of Ghana's public service. So, despite repeated denials from some current and also former government officials, Media investigations and also prosecutions have revealed evidence of the practices persistence into yɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo so adeɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ afa ho na yɛhwɛ because this yeah you know ɔmo kora ɔmo deserve it like he said ɔmo nya because nti ama public sector no me nana yewe me maami yewe me auntie yewe enkoa ɛna ɛyɛ den ɛdi ɛwɔ hɔ. Alright, so this is the fast lane show. The free ACF radio and TV so na me dey ma. All that you need to do for me is to share, also like and leave your comment. I said earlier, very soon there will be more programs that you also enjoy on the page. So we are in the pipeline. Yeah, let me borrow the politicians' English. Everything is in the pipeline that we are going to do, but we are not going to behave like politicians because we will deliver our own. We will deliver it 100%. So for your best travel and tour place or space that you can go and talk to, reliable, like they are very accessible. You can talk to them anything that you need to know or you want to do. Enquiries, go talk to them. Tell them how you want everything. Kindly pick their number and also chat with them or call them. Na when you are more and far adjourn, na men koma obi endu sika. Many are frustrated because waton a car, waton a fear, and Tisikana heading. But alright, we are crossing over to the world of entertainment. In some world, the world of entertainment, no. And as I say, I'm crossing over. Na me dear Edia Mao eho. You know, Twitter is burning up. You know, one place that people, you know, I said, you only say exec, but Twitter, if you are there, you can be there, you wouldn't even know that you've not eaten since morning. Alright, so let's get into it. Why Manifest and Sarkodie are trending online. So some individuals believed to be aligned with Sack Nation and also the fan base of rapper Sarkodie are criticizing Manifest over a post he shared on X page on August 26, 2025. So in the post, you know, Nature say Manifest and all say taking a while for him to believe that you can say rap and I say flow. It means that the person can speak hurriedly, that the person can talk fast. That is what we term it as flow. It's way Nature say and young Crawford, and this is what he said. He says that it took me a couple of years to realize when they talk about flow in this part, they mean that how fast you rhyme. Oh my God. Rapper Manifest wrote. It's, you know, say anything you come and say fast or hurriedly, you know, the fan base no more every day on my son and I'm for to say the son and shut our fan for a choir or hono magaba cry to say the whole cry a party at the end of the day. Some even do not know the reason he's even there because what to say I shut up into Kobe a born no more so you know the moment fast you rhyme nearby a penno. Na Sack Nations for say na then na person winch. Na say person won can be na what the wada. And now I know more the cry. And so now just almost so fire. No more reply. Be more say even though say a fast crana he does it so easily. Any idea Manifest any sound what the beef dear. Now you said no more beef be pan. So the two rappers surprised many in 2020 when they collaborated on Brown Paper Bag, a song that addressed colonization and also unity in Africa. But before now oman kasa no mo days omo ye beef bi and shisha see and I just say yeah they within na dey do na term any idea it's no more long term beef bi but once about 2020 no they did a track on colonization. Emma say bibia kama. Nti eney Manifest esambe throw away there and I say obebri kroma na fans they say nyebe ye odia and a trolling akese no mudi be trolling no ewo X app no so ewo home. In this era, baby mamas are the ones cashing out. Popular TikToker asset into na say Ghana content creator Priscilla One has stirred up in a debate with her recent comment claiming that the today's era women have children out of wedlock, commonly referred to as baby mamas, are the ones benefiting financially from men more than married women. To also not saying this is to disrespect married women. I'm not married yet, but I want to get married one day. In this era, baby mamas are the ones cashing out. Also now men marry the woman and also keep them in their home. He got the woman in a ring so she could stay home, make plans with him, and also he knows she is home and also knows there is someone taking care of the kids. So the baby mama stand for someone who makes the men happy and comfortable. So she explained that some men marry for sake some people marry for the sake of stability at home and someone to raise the kids and manage the household while turning their baby mamas or side chick for emotional satisfaction and enjoyment. Into no person just say baby mamas front mumbai man when I'm sure someone I'm cashing out or say ba baby mamas for pan and cashing out is nonsense. Our for crown cash out because our for no so almost here semase omo ye de omo to fear de omo fa adwen omo be hwe nkwala omo be say enti na chese so ubisa mema ne bebre na omo ka say between omo yerenom na omo side chicks no ho na omo fa energy sa un say area say that is how it is. That's what you think because at a point whereas the wife too and the husband were dating, she was also enjoying. You two, you go and get there. So as she said, she also wishes to marry one day. So baby mamas, is it true? And you know, I don't think that it's everyone that wishes. So we call you baby mama just to go and cash out. Hey, baby mama was soon she's always swassing a banner cry because we're uncle. So you know, I always say that anything that we hear on social media, you see, before I don't hold what will be for someone wouldn't be for you. So don't say because she's saying it, you two you go and lure yourself into that. You search for your baby daddy and you not find. You cry more than the baby. Even the baby laughs, cry you will not be happy. You use frustration. Like this woman at the age of 14 and I won a bar and I just say a banner one on just common pencil until to me iron so iron a man heating not the tally crown just because I crown of course school and for pencil and baba and a downfall a pen a Troy